Hi everyone, I'm Micheal Tuttle and I was born in Homer, Alaska, a very small fishing town. You may know it from Deadliest Catch. I'm a single mommy of two beautiful kids, Kaylin Lee, who's 12, and David, whom I call Trip, is 9. I now run my own business full-time. I used to be in the oral surgery business until my oral surgeon retired. I used to work for him for the last 7 years. It's been a crazy wild ride. My business is A-Town Coffee. I roast my beans in ghee butter from start to finish. So every time the bean sheds a layer, I actually add butter to each layer. Crazy. It makes your beans taste phenomenal. Like, no joke. It also gives you crazy sustainable energy, and it's all natural, no chemicals added, just butter. You actually get protein in just 1 cup of coffee, 12 ounces. You even get potassium, 232 grams. It's backwards, so you can't really read it. But there's even fat, and you get a little bit of cholesterol, but it's good cholesterol, some sodium. All of that comes from roasting your beans in the butter, combine the bean and the butter, and it creates a whole protein. Boom. Who else does that? Nobody, just me. It's all patent pending. Super stoked about it. Can't wait to have all of you guys try it. So here's my whole bean. This is my packaging. Lightning in every sip, literally, no joke. I have so many people come up to me saying, what is in your coffee? What's the caffeine content? Well, I'm actually gonna work on the caffeine content because I don't really know. But all I know is that you get this crazy boost of energy from it, and it's a healthy energy, and you don't crash at noon, and you feel so freaking good. It's amazing. I even do a cold brew. I'm the first cold brew bottler in the state of Alaska. It's an 8-ounce bottle. You actually get like 10 shots of coffee into this one little bottle here. So as a concentrate, it's actually really, really smooth. It's not bitter like the other coffees. I've tried coffee all over the world, and I've come up with this. Doing the beans, I actually search for beans that have flavor notes of chocolatey, toasted marshmallow, nutty, none of that citrus, berry, floral. I know you guys may not know what I'm talking about, but as a roaster, you have to go for those things. I found all this out just through plenty of research, trying beans, asking questions, lots and lots and lots of questions, figuring it all out. I've done all of this on my own from start to finish. I actually also do K-Cups. And my K-Cups are pretty amazing. Each K-Cup, I did this one because I wanted more butter than what I was already consuming. So in every single K-Cup, you get extra butter. I actually am able to put more butter, and those are patent pending as well because no one else is adding K-Cups with butter on top of having the beans already roasted in the butter, the grind that's in there. And I actually hand pack those, which I'm gonna have to eventually get a machine that's big enough that I don't need to do that anymore. So this is where I am coming to Shark Tank because I'm gonna need $250,000 for 15% of my company so that I can get bigger machines, so that I'm not hand doing everything. I hand bottle everything of my cold brew, my bags of beans, my K-Cups, and it's really exhausting, and it takes up so much of my time, and it's causing the price of my products to be extremely high. Even though I'm not as high as a lot of places in the low 48s, but here in Alaska, people complain because I'm one of the most expensive coffees in Alaska. I try to explain to them that, you know, all over the low 48s, I'm equivalent to what they are, but nobody up here understands that, which is really tough. I have gone above and beyond, and I have sent all of my stuff into Cornell, and Cornell has approved it. Did you know that cold brew should be kept cold from start to finish? When you make a cold brew, it has to stay cold. It should never go above 41 degrees Fahrenheit. It should always stay below that. If it does, it can create bacteria and you can get very sick from it. It's a small amount of people that can actually get sick from it, but you can. I've learned all of this through Cornell. and not very many coffee companies will actually send their stuff in to be tested because they don't think to. And I guess I did it because when I went to go send in for my nutritional label, they told me I should get it tested because the butter. And I thought, okay, I didn't know that you needed to test coffee, but I guess you do. So I tested it, and it was approved with a 90-day shelf life on the cold brew. So I've gotten that, and it's super exciting because I also got my WB&C, which is a female-owned corporation, which when I met with MGM last year, they required it in order to be a distributor or be a vendor for MGM. So I went and did that. When people tell me I need to have this or that, I immediately do it. I don't wait, I don't hesitate. I just get in there and I do it, and I get the job done. I got my DUNS number so that I can do Fed contracts, which has helped me big time in September when I realized I just needed to do myself because I had a co-packer in 2017, which was an awful, awful idea. I also, sorry about that, guys. So I also got my DUNS number, and I did a Fed contract, and it wasn't even coffee. It was MREs, and I learned logistics really, really fast. Crazy story. I did my logistics for MREs, and I had to get it down to Florida as soon as possible, these MREs that they approved me for. And they paid me $38,000 for it, but after it was all said and done, I ended up making 36 or something. So I made this money off of MREs, crazy. Anyways, so I did all of that and got it down there to Florida in time, barely. I literally thought that they were gonna like take my money away, and I didn't sleep for 4 days, but I got it, and I took that money and I started building my own shop, and I built it from start to finish on my own. I learned how plumbing worked. I learned how to put in, the siding on the floors. I learned, I scraped the ceilings, the popcorn ceilings. Later I found out that you can get Vestis or whatever it is from it. I forget the name of it, but you can get really sick apparently, and I wasn't wearing a mask, and I pretty much scraped my entire ceiling with that. Then I painted it all black, and I got it all decorated because I thought I was going to do a coffee shop, and then realized that's not what I want to do. I put in, helped install my roaster. I did electrical. I did the venting, so I did the ducting and everything else like that. What else? I don't know. I've just done so much. It's crazy. I built an entire wall in my shop. I'll have to send you guys pictures with everything, but I did it all on my own. I was pretty impressed. I started my company, and I started traveling around the world, trying different beans, figuring out exactly what type of bean. When it came down to it, I figured out that it wasn't what origin you wanted it from. It was just every season they changed. So you wanted to pick a really good season. And I do organic and fair trade coffee, and I try to keep everything as healthy as possible and as natural as possible. What else? I pretty much have made, it's not very much. Last year I made $52,000, and that included my MRE thing. All of that money went back into my company. I've invested well over $120,000 into my company. Basically all my paychecks, whatever I could, I was putting it back into the business. And I'm maxed out all my credit cards. I've made $33,766. As of now, each month is growing. Last month was around $8,000. This month should be a little bit better. As of Albertsons, my K-Cups and whole beans will now be approved. So this week we should be getting that in, and that's about it. I'm just super excited. I'm in quite a few little moms and pops, and Alaska's growing and loving my coffee. And I hope you guys do too. Bye.